Hi, I'm Elliot, and I'm here to improve my cycling skills. To achieve this, I'm embarking on a project I call FTP Builder, inspired by the Build My FTP workout I'll be taking on in Rouvy. This series will be told in 5 parts. This is part 3, entitled The Workout. Rouvy's Build My FTP workout is a structured training plan designed to boost your FTP over 4 weeks. It includes various intervals that target different aspects of your fitness, like endurance, strength, and power. During each workout, I can expect a warm-up to get my muscles ready and my heart rate up. This usually means starting at a moderate pace and gradually increasing the intensity. Then there's the intervals. This is the heart of the workout. I'll do several high-intensity intervals where I'll push myself to hold a specific wattage for a set amount of time. These intervals are tough, but this is where the gains happen. Some segments of the workout require me to maintain a consistent power output for longer periods. These are called steady efforts, and they simulate the sustained efforts I'll need during a race or a long ride, helping me build the stamina to keep up high wattage over time. Finally, each session wraps up with a cool-down phase. This helps lower my heart rate and start the recovery process for my muscles. Now, let's find out how I did. Week 1. Getting used to it. I was excited to get started on this workout, but that feeling didn't last long. The first one was rather short, but the next 2 were not. This week was all about adapting to longer, high-intensity workouts. Anything over 40 minutes felt like a grind. I'm used to more frequent but shorter rides on the indoor bike. Holding the required power for that duration wasn't easy. I was pretty tired by the end of the week, especially since I was also doing some high-intensity run training at the same time. I'm not sure what I've gotten myself into trying to fit this project inside my training for an upcoming sprint distance triathlon. I guess I'll find out. Week 2. Squeezing it in. With 3 long workouts this week, I had to alter my schedule to fit it all in. I had to do them early in the morning, after work, or after another workout. They were tough, and most of the time I couldn't even hold the required power. By the end of the week, I was pretty exhausted. Any excitement I had for this project was gone. These workouts are painful, but I knew that the hard work will pay off when I'm at the start line, and I'm confident that I'll have the strength to climb those hills. So, I stayed positive and committed to the process. Then, something unexpected happened. Week 3. The crash. Maybe I was doing too much and the universe decided I needed a break. I started this week by crashing my bike while riding to work. While going down a hill just outside of my place, I was fidgeting with my jacket with my right hand, and I accidentally pulled too hard on the front brakes with my left. My momentum sent me over the handlebars, and I literally tackled the pavement at 20 kilometers an hour with my right arm. It happened so fast that I was genuinely confused when I picked myself up from the road. My elbow hurt a lot and was completely swollen. It took a couple days before the bruise even appeared. I didn't have much mobility, but at the time, I didn't think it was that bad and that it would only set me back a few days. I was wrong. This week ended up being a complete write-off. Week 4. Recovery and return. After a few days off, I went to the physio for an assessment to see how much I should push myself in preparation for my triathlon race in 3 weeks. He assured me I'd be fine, but my elbow might take 4 to 6 weeks to heal completely. The only way I could injure it further was if I fell off my bike again. So, all my exercises will be done indoors. which was the plan with the whole Rouvy thing. Returning to workouts was a bit of a struggle while trying to deal with the lingering pain in my arm. You don't realize how much you rely on it sometimes. Simple turning motions and load bearing were the toughest. However, my legs felt fresh, which was a good sign that the project was having some positive results before I got injured. While the workouts were still long and holding the watts was tough, I surprisingly managed to get through them. Holding myself up with my arm for over an hour was a bit challenging, but it actually helped get the blood flowing and my arm felt better after the workouts. Though getting injured never feels good, this one came at a good time to help me regroup. Week 5. Another setback. Although my right arm was still stiff and achy, I was grateful that the injury wasn't worse, considering how unpredictable a crash can be, and that I still had the ability to train from home. Yes, the workouts on Rouvy were still tough, maybe even harder now that I was in recovery mode. Holding the watts for a long duration was so painful, it dulled everything else. But a short burst of power, such as sprinting, felt good, and I could tell I was getting stronger. But the week 4 workouts were a doozy. But I was still conquering them. I was so close to finishing. But then, with only 2 more workouts left to go, just as I was wrapping up the last bit of training in preparation for my triathlon, I crashed again during a practice ride outside. That's 2 crashes in under 3 weeks. This time, it just felt like a lapse in focus. I was doing laps on a local hill, and on the 3rd lap of a descent that day, I got distracted for a moment, and when I came to, I was heading towards the curb. I don't know how that happened, but I put a lot of blame on the fact that my arm wasn't healthy enough to return, at least not strong enough to take the risk that I took. If I was in full strength, I think I could have steered myself away, but my right arm just couldn't respond in time. This time, I scratched up my road bike and the other side of my body. More critically, this crash really affected my mental state. I started this project wanting to improve my cycling skills, and in the end, I feel like I regressed. If you recall, after visiting the physio for the first time, the only concern was getting into another crash. It goes to show that if you tell me not to do something, you can almost guarantee I'll do it. If my right arm was 80% recovered, the fall probably took me back to 65. Overall, I'm okay, and my bike is okay, but my confidence took a hit. I worked so hard through this training block wanting to do well in this race, set a new personal best for my time trial, and build up my FTP. I keep replaying my 2 crashes in my head, even though the memories are all foggy and fragmented. It sucks because I feel like I'd be in a better shape mentally and physically if I hadn't done this project at all, but that's the wrong way to think of it. Accidents happen, and it's a lesson that is probably more valuable than improving my FTP. Reflecting on everything now, I don't want to blame my indoor training for my hubris, but over the last few months, due to various circumstances including weather, I made a lot of progress in my indoor cycling fitness and strength and improved my FTP. However, I haven't done enough training handling the bike outside. Maybe that's the cause of my 2 crashes. My comfort on the bike indoors hasn't translated to my abilities outdoors. Or maybe I just lost focus at critical moments. My race is next week. I have a couple more workouts left in Rouvy, and then we'll see what happens. To be continued. Thank you for watching. Another episode is coming real soon. If you're interested in following along, check out this playlist right here, and don't forget to subscribe.